Looky. I've been collecting just about every stick on the market to do a comparison review, and I had a buddy send me a set of these to compare with the other sticks. I'm still waiting on a couple sets, so I've been using all the sticks, but really these just came in a few days ago, and hammering out lots of climbs. I've climbed at least 20 trees, using all different methods, all different types of trees, kink trees, leaners like this, top side, bottom side, and I know there's been a couple other reviews out there, so while I'm waiting on those other sticks, I figured I'd focus in on these and give my opinion. Of course, super light when packed, pretty darn quiet. One issue, you're definitely going to have to put some stealth strip on here just to kill that noise, and it does, makes it reasonable just like any other stick. Throw on some end caps. I threw cotton inside one of these. I took like cotton balls basically and stuffed them in there. It didn't really do a ton. The stealth strip does the most. As you can see, this tag end right here has a shrink tube on it, and that is kind of annoying. Let's see if I'm gonna pull this one stick off real quick. So yeah, obviously that's going to be noisy, but it's not too bad when you hit there now. But every stick's going to be noisy like that. So it doesn't matter which way you wrap these. It doesn't get back to the cleat here. I'm calling this a Versa cleat. I'm not sure what they call it. So the owner of these sticks, what he did, he swapped out the Dyneema kind of like copycat am steel and put on some real Samson am steel, and he put some bungee on there, and that works really good. It just keeps it nice and clean and quiet, and it's really good. This Dyneema here, the quality isn't as nice as Samson. Obviously there's some fraying already starting, but it's going to work fine. And it is awesome that you're getting a stick with a real good attachment method, unlike a cam buckle or something like that. It is nice to have something that you're going to use. The weight is great. They're a pound as advertised. The stacking is a little bit of an issue. Once you get it down, it works kind of well. I'm hearing that they have a solution for it. I saw one guy, might have been even Jared, said to sand down the tops of the top pegs, sand them down, and then you'll be able to stick them in the bottom holes and then flip them up. But when I do that, you'd have to sand below the O-ring, so I don't know how that would work out. I'm not sure if you can see it, but I'm not sure how that would work out. Another issue is I got 2 busted pegs already here. One was busted just from shipping, so I hope they fix that issue. These are prototypes, hopefully, and hopefully that issue is solved. So I love this attachment method, the Versa cleat, and it works really easy. It's much better than daisy chains, and it pretty much goes wherever you put the stick. Now this tree is all iced up. Let's see what happens. We've been getting hammered here in the Northeast. And I've been working on tugboats for the last 15 years, so I love a cleat. And it attaches really easily. Let's see. And I haven't put this on this tree yet with all this snow, so I'm kind of curious what happens. But it attaches real easy, sets easy. You don't get a ton of sag, which I absolutely love. And it's easy to do, unlike a rope mod can be a pain in the ass, especially getting it off. Now this is on ice and snow. That locked up really great. I got my hunting boots on. I hope you can see. Let me lower it down a little bit. I got my hunting boots on, and these kind of remind me of Wild Edge steps. So you don't have a ton of foot room at all. You kind of got to either do your tippy toes or duck foot. It reminds me of a Wild Edge step where you're kind of just on the ends like this. And you got these wings on these sticks, on these steps here. You can see it. And basically, the arch of your foot is on that. And that's really all you feel. I don't want to say it's uncomfortable, but it's not the most comfortable. It almost is kind of good though. It feels like you have a solid like lock-in point, like you really can't move or slide. And I climbed exclusively with these boots, so I would get a really good opinion on them. I wish there was like an XL version of these that came out to about here, and I wouldn't care if the stick weighed 1.5 pounds, 1.25 pounds, and it was just a bigger, you know, same design. I love the design, just a little bit bigger, more foot room. Maybe these wings don't need to be quite as pronounced, but absolutely, like you saw, I'm 250, 260, and I didn't get hardly any flex on that. And maybe it's because it's so compact and close to the tree, but absolutely love that. You know, now you have to consider when climbing how many sticks you want, what's your aider options. I tried, you know, a nader just does not work fitting in these two. And look, coming off so easy, unlike a rope mod, so much easier with this little cleat. You know, a swader is not really going to work. You'd only be able to hook on the edge, which I wouldn't like to do. You'd have to have like a hook that would go over the whole thing for a nader, swader, something like that. I do not like using a Versa aider, although it would fit on here perfectly. You know, it would go over there with no problem, would work. I just don't know. You know, I think this is glued on, this tube slid over and glued, and then they got like a pop rivet. And I've heard that they're not advising that either. So what I was doing, just to try to use like 3 sticks. I mean, otherwise you're probably going to end up having to use like 6 sticks. Probably got to put this up. Okay, I'm sure you didn't see that, but I got the stick up higher, and I ended up splicing on this continuous loop of am steel. It doesn't get in the way of the pins or anything. It actually works pretty good. And then I was trying that with a Mike Isabel backwoods mobile 3-step movable aider, and that works out pretty good, except look how close to the tree it mounts. Right now, obviously I found that you don't climb on the top side of a tree with an aider like this, because it's just going to lay against the tree and give you horrible results. You know, good luck trying to get your foot in here, especially coming down. This is something that I would these sticks, if I use 3 in this type of aider, I would be repelling, no doubt. So I found that I ended up climbing a lot on the bottom side of the tree, which is for me not a problem because I kind of have to do that a lot one sticking for the same reasons of gravity and this aider. Let's see if you can see that. Now I got to switch the hook out on this aider because it's twisting. I have to put the opposite one on that so it would sit right. But now it sits away from the tree. You know. And they make a little bit of noise. They say you can get rid of the finish on the inside, and that helps. These aren't my sticks, so I haven't tried that. But you know, they're not much noisier than anything else, really. Here and there they'll squeak, but overall they're not bad. They also incorporated these, they're like reflective and glow in the dark, these little pieces of tape. I actually thought that these were like hard plastic and set in there, but they're just tape. I'm a big fan of that. I've put them gun glow on just about all my sticks, so it makes it just so much better at night climbing down. But ultimately, these sticks really are awesome. I wish they were bigger. I think they're going to get these pins worked out, but they work great. Like they're quiet when in, and they're really secure. By far the best stick that I found without adding anything. So that's killer. And yeah, I mean, they're light, they stick to the tree, they don't flex. They come with a rope attachment, although I think you might need to put some work on that. Like, even if you cut this a little shorter and then added some bungee material to hook it on, they're no, I mean, if you take your time, they're not too noisy. But yeah, they're quiet once they're together, which is awesome. And yeah, I got my rope in the way on that one that doesn't have the bungee on it, so it's giving me a little issues. But I mean, that is sweet right there. The other thing I love, you flip them over, and I didn't have that one in because this rope is messed up, so let me do it on this side. So what's cool is you hang, you know, you put your first stick on, and then you can hang 2 or 3 sticks off your side, super light, and they just come out of that hole, you know, just so easy, and it's ready to go. So I do love that. Overall, one of my favorite sticks on the market. Just want some more foot room and the pins to be fixed. That's my only 2 complaints. Otherwise, love the stick. All right, guys, look forward to a couple other reviews of the some of the other sticks that I'm going to have, and then the mega review comparing them all. Have fun, be safe.